So this is a drone that you can take out of your bag or your pocket, unfold it, place it in your hand, press this button, and then now it will be able to automatically take off and fly and follow you while you move around. So this is the HOVERAir X1 Pro Max, and I partnered with HOVERAir for this video to show you what this tiny 8K drone, yes, 8K drone can give you. So you can record footage up to 8K at 30 frames per second, and then you can also record 4K or 1080p video all the way up to 120 frames per second. And this thing is small, but it is mighty with the video quality that you can get with it. But before we dive into the video quality and all of that good stuff, we will get to it. Let's talk about the design and the hardware and everything that you get inside of the box. So inside of the box with the basic combo, you will be getting a case along with the drone. You'll be getting 2 batteries and also a charging hub that can house the 2 batteries to be able to get them recharged. And then also you will be getting a 65-watt power adapter along with a USB-C cable. But yeah, just look at this thing, man. This thing is so small and compact in its folded form here. And this drone only weighs 192.5 grams, so it still is under that 250 gram limit for small drones that don't really need to be like fully registered with the FAA and stuff. But this thing still is super compact, and here it is side by side with last year's X1 Pro, which was a smaller drone but didn't have the longer battery life and also the video recording capabilities of this new X1 Pro Max. So the extra size and weight with this one is not a bad thing when you look at everything that you're getting. And then when you unfold it here, you will find that the propellers are going to be guarded with these propeller guards. So this makes it really nice and safe for adults who are clumsy like me, but also for kids. And also you can fly this indoors as well. And having these propeller guards just keeps everyone and basically everything safer. And the battery just lives here at the top here. You basically just pull it off like this if you want to take it off and charge it or just replace it. And of course, you can always just leave it on the drone itself and then use the USB-C port on here to be able to recharge it. And below that, you will find the micro SD card slot that does support micro SD cards up to 1 terabyte, but this drone does have 64 gigabytes of built-in storage already ready to go. Now, one of the improvements over the original HOVERAir that you're getting with this new X1 Pro Max is going to be that on the display here, you just get more information as far as the flight mode that you're in. So right now I'm in the standard follow mode, which I just go ahead and launch this and it'll automatically just track me, but it's showing me I'm in middle and flat, and that means as far as like how far the drone is going to be away from me, but also the height of the drone as well. And of course, you have the buttons on here that you can use to rotate between the different flight modes. And it does talk to you when you do change the mode like this. And you can turn that down if you want, if you don't want to have it that loud. But yeah, once you're ready to fly, just hit that button and then it will take off. And then on the front here, you will find the camera that is on this gimbal that helps with the stabilization and stuff. And also you have this indicator light here, which will turn red when it is recording. And then on the back of this X1 Pro Max, you will find 2 sensors. So this is going to be a proximity sensor and also a vision-based sensor on the back here. And then of course on the front, it'll be able to try to identify anything in front of it so you're not going to crash. And so for this clip, I was flying towards these trees and the tree branches were kind of in the way, and it automatically stopped so it didn't just fly into it and crash. And you can really see in this clip that it did a really good job at just following me through this path through the woods here. And so this is how I'm going to use it when I am going on hikes and stuff, and I am going to be going through terrain that might be a little bit tight if I'm not using any type of remote control and I'm just allowing the drone to do the work. But it did a really good job in the situations that I did put it in. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit more about how you actually fly this thing. So again, you can just put it in your hand, press the button, and then let it take off and then execute any one of the 10 customizable flight modes that you do have. And you can customize each one of these flight modes in the Hover X1 app on your smartphone, whether it's Android or iOS. So you can change the resolution, you can change different things as far as like the height and distance, as I mentioned before. And these flight modes are pretty cool. So you have things that will like orbit, or you can have it actually just hover in place and then you can walk around it and it'll automatically kind of follow you. And then also, again, you can have it follow it in front of you, to the side of you, behind you, and also you can have it kind of rotate around you and do different things. So it's pretty cool to have this for a solo creator. So I can easily get that really cool cinematic shot without having to do anything. But when I do want more control, I can actually go into the Hover X1 app on my phone, and then now I can bring up not only just a viewfinder of what the drone sees, but also some virtual joysticks. So I'll be able to control the altitude and also the angle and be able to rotate and pan around and do different things like that. And this is not just for the movement of the drone. You can also control the camera itself. So you can tilt the camera down down, or you can tilt it up to get more customizable angles that you're looking for. But let's just say you want even more control when you are flying. Well, Hover does sell some accessories either separately, or you can get them a part of a bundle with this drone. And the first accessory that I do recommend is going to be the beacon. And so this tiny thing does have a lot going on with it. So it does have a 1.7-inch OLED display that allows you to monitor the camera while you are flying this drone. And then also you'll be able to change the different flight modes. You'll be able to get alerts and different things that you normally will see with the Hover app on your phone. You'll be able to get this on this little tiny thing, and you can attach this beacon to different action mounts. You can also hang it off of your jacket or something, and you can even attach it to your bicycle handlebar mount with this other accessory that they do have. Now, it's also cool that this beacon does have a built-in microphone. So the audio you're hearing right now is coming from this beacon, so you can get some really nice cool walking and talking shots. You can also clip this beacon on to your shirt or your jacket to be hands-free if you wanted to, but having this built-in microphone just allows for more cooler shots that you can get with this drone. Now, I mentioned earlier that I did use this drone when I was using my e-bikes, and that's because I do a lot of e-bike reviews and stuff, and one feature that I was very happy to see added to this drone is a cycling mode. So this basically puts it in the optimal mode to be able to follow you when you are riding a regular bike or an e-bike or even a motorcycle or anything. And again, with this ability to track you up to around 26 miles per hour, I was able to get up to a really nice speed while getting some really cool footage. But the number one reason why I like to use this when I am riding my bikes is because when I'm not using it, it's super small and I can always keep this in my backpack versus my other drone that I typically use for my e-bike reviews. And another new mode that I didn't get to try out is a ski mode, and this will allow it to be able to track someone who's skiing down the slopes or whatever. And another fun fact is that HOVERAir is the official camera of US Ski and Snowboard. So if they like it, I'm pretty sure if you're skiing and stuff like that, you will probably like this as well. Now, if you are using this drone when it is snowing, it's probably cold outside, but this drone also does come by default with one of the batteries being a thermal battery. So this will actually be the battery you want to use when the temperatures are like below zero, because this is going to be ready to go to be able to still give you that optimal flying time. And speaking of flight time, this drone can get up to 16 minutes with one single battery. So of course you have two batteries there, so you can get around like 30 minutes or so. And if you are running low on battery, this does have a return to home feature. So it will automatically go back to where you took off from if you are running out of battery, or maybe you lose connection with the drone when you are using your phone or one of the beacons to be able to control it. But in my testing with this drone, I never lost connection with it. So when you are using it with your phone via Bluetooth, it can get away from you up to around 500 meters. Or if you are using it with the beacon, it can get away from you up to around like 1 kilometer, or that's just like a little over half a mile. But one of my favorite accessories for this drone is this power case. So this thing not only protects your drone inside of this hard case, but it also does have a 12,000 milliamp hour battery inside of it. And so the way this works is that you just leave the battery on the drone, and then you also put this little USB-C dongle that comes with the case, and you put that into the USB-C port on the drone. So now when you put the drone inside of the case and close it up, that USB-C dongle will make contact with the inside of the case to be able to initiate the charging. And this case can recharge the drone up to 2.5 times. And you can also use this as a portable power bank because it does have a USB-C port right here, and you can plug in your smartphone or whatever. So yeah, this is a really nice solution to be able to keep your drone protected, but also charged up when you are ready to use it. Now, you can't just use any drone when you're flying over different terrain or different conditions like snow and water and stuff, but this drone is good because it does have an omni-terrain system inside of it, and this system allows this drone to be able to keep track of all of the important data that it needs to make sure this drone is going to be flying accurately, and also being able to maintain its right positioning and stuff when you are using it. Oh, so let me know what you think about the video quality of the drone that I've been showing you so far. I actually really like it. So you can just shoot it in auto or just like regular mode, which I normally do, or you can actually film it in log mode. So this will allow you to be able to actually go back in post and while you're editing to add some color and stuff to it, which does give you some flexibility. But again, for me, mostly I just used it in the regular auto mode, and I am using this in the winter time, so everything is still mostly cloudy and stuff. I did have a couple of sunny days, but nothing too drastic like I'll get in the summertime. But you can also get some ND filters for this drone as well that just attach right there on the front of the camera, and these will give you just more control in different lighting conditions, but I haven't had to use them just yet. And the 4K 120 will be good for if you are capturing yourself while you're skiing or doing something active, because you can slow that footage down later. But the 8K30 does give you that extra flexibility of that extra resolution. So if you are wanting to crop in later to be able to zoom in, maybe you found yourself to be a little bit further away, well, that 8K does give you that leeway to be able to get closer but still maintain that nice crisp image. Oh, and this drone is also social media ready because it can shoot vertical video at 4K up to 30 frames per second. So if you just want something that's ready to go to be posted to your social media page, this drone can also do that as well. All right, so look, I think that's about it. So this HOVERAir X1 Pro Max is one of these drones that I really just find myself taking with me everywhere. Even if I don't plan on using it, I just like to have it because of its size. I can always just keep it in my car or in my bag, and the quality that you get from it, that 8K quality and even the 4K, looks very nice for a drone of this size. And so right now at the time of this video, this drone is hovering around $699, but make sure you check out the link down below to get the latest pricing or any discounts or any sales that might be going on. So make sure, again, you check out that link down below. But yeah, give me your thoughts about this drone in the comments below. And like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.